There is one thing which I read some years ago in, I don't remember which book, but it was very interesting. It turns out that there were a lot of social experiments made and on this particular topic. And the topic is people who talk about their ideas and people who don't talk about their ideas. So talking about the idea seems to kind of kill it. People who talk about their ideas never get to do what they're planning to do. I mean, talking just to everybody, not to the people you work with. Of course, that would be weird to work with somebody and keep the all secret. But in general, being too fast to tell about your idea can actually kill it. Not the idea itself, but the practical implementation. So sometimes, well, for example, when I read about it, I stopped showing ongoing projects to students, because I know it's superstition maybe, but it's also a proven social experiment. So who knows, you know? And actually, yeah, thinking back, when I did that, those projects never were finished. So there is something in it, that's for sure. What we do need to learn also, I mean, most of the people, there are some exceptions who are giving praise to themselves for the smallest little thing, but a lot of people don't praise themselves enough for actually thinking something exciting, something new. And we need to learn to say, wow, I am a genius. We need to give praise to ourselves. We need to learn to not think about the opinions of others because, well, it's very easy to be negative. I had so much negativity in my life. Pretty much everything I started, people would say it's impossible. And if I listened to it, well, I would be sitting now in the suburbs of Moscow, and that would be the end of me. But I did not, thanks God. And to praise ourselves, to actually give ourselves this, you know, this tap on the shoulder or a little kiss on the forehead, and say, "Oh, very good, well done. This idea is amazing, and one day it's going to happen. Just don't tell anybody." So that is another thing I wanted to say. And then this physical part of it, I mean, I've been watching myself. I've been doing a lot of yoga, meditation, healing. Like I did all the experiments possible in this life. My best friend here in Bali, she's a professional healer, so I know her for 14 years, and that was her like learning period when she was learning new things, and I was her guinea pig. So I tried pretty much everything, and I know that this the moment of the observer feeling the physical reaction to emotions is extremely important. And I know how, okay, so we want to jump, we want to dance, when we are feeling that we are discovering something, we are getting pregnant with this idea. And then once you start working, there is this absolute peace, this calmness, which time just flies. You forget which day of the week it is. You forget your name. You forget everything. This absolute peace is amazing, and we should enjoy it. We should physically just enjoy it, because we actually pay money to get these physical feelings. You know, well, to go and dance somewhere, to go to a party, to have a massage, and to meditate, to study yoga. But here, people are actually paying us, and we should just do everything we can to enjoy it and to give ourselves praise for being that creative. And another thing is that there is nothing mundane in this process. The physical feelings are the same, but the creation process is always different. It's just so not everyday level. And I think this is the most wonderful part about it, because 99% of people on this planet are living this daily life from morning till evening, doing their daily things, surviving pretty much because they have to. Or because they put themselves in situations where they have to, because they didn't study well in school, or because they studied in school and didn't quit it at the right time. And we have this, I mean, we're the luckiest people on the planet, really. We have something new every day. New doors are opening every day, just in our heads. We are learning constantly. We are going into this deep state of meditation. We are jumping and dancing. It's amazing. I mean, what can be better? And on this wonderful note, I want to show you some things which, well, actually, people who would you would not expect to say something like this or to react in this way, they taught me a lesson. So we were making this book about Komodo, which turned out into a big brochure of the boat in a way, but it's a beautiful book. It's really beautiful. My husband did all the photographs, and in the process of making this book, I was doing some of those setups on the beaches to kind of inspire people how you can spend time on a deserted island. And I did this thing, and the weather was pretty bad, but look at the colors. I mean, it turned out just perfect. So it's 4 sticks, some bed sheets typed together with double tape, Nicola's suitcases of his cameras, some cushions from the boat, some driftwood, and that's it. And so I was doing that. The guys, the crew from the boat, they helped to put those 4 sticks together. And then they went around the beach, collected some driftwood. And I was literally dancing around this whole thing for about 20 minutes. Then it was ready. And I see that the crew, and they're all, I mean, they're all Indonesian. They're quite simple people, you know, but they're working on boats all their lives. They all come from small villages in Sulawesi, Flores, and so on. And they sit there, and some of them are crying. And one of them said, "You just painted life." And I thought, shit, I did. I just painted life. And since then, that's how I call it, this kind of simple things that we're doing just for fun, like this one, for example. That's painting life. And there is nothing here, some blue cushions, a pretty girl, and the guitar. And who does not feel happiness looking at this? And a bit of jealousy, though, in my case. That's... Oh, that was not as, that was easy. The next one was the son of a bitch. But again, this is super simple things. And we can create those moments for ourselves when we are somewhere with friends. And okay, we did this for the book, but we are doing that every time when we are in Flores. We're doing it a lot of times here at home. And it's just so easy. Okay, it's not easy to put that many candles and then to light them and then to make sure that they don't blow out, but it's beautiful. It's fun to do it. And it's another thing, pretty much, well, this big one was disassembled and assembled into this thing. And that was not easy. Okay, that I'm showing just to prove the point that sometimes it's better not to do things because, well, the picture is great, but not really worth it. So what was happening here? I just wanted to have this, you know, this beautiful pictures, a picture of 2 people, candles around them. They are hugging and sunset and so on.
Sounds simple, right?
Well, we started about 4 o'clock. It turned out that 2 people on a mattress doesn't work. When one is there, the other one cannot get on because the first one is falling down in the water. The candles, when the person is falling down from the mattress, the candles are going in the water too. So, and then even everything is perfect. The candles are moving, and then you can't get them in the right place around the mattress. They all floated away. So it was, well, I don't know if it was worth it. It was worth doing it for me to tell that story, that it was maybe not worth it. So everything is worth it. This is one of my favorite things, and this is actually exactly how a mood board works. Fish and the colors of a fisherman boat turns into that, and simple glass and corals, and that's actually just a duvet from the bed, not even a carpet. And that's again, if we're going to the beach and we're thinking, we want to make a beach setup, we need a carpet. We need a special beach carpet. No, we don't. We bring a duvet from the bed. It's much softer. It looks great. It's much easier to shake it from the sand, easier to carry, and easier to give to the laundry. So, you're welcome for a simple idea for a beach picnic. That was worth it. It's a beautiful, beautiful moment, beautiful picture. But what happened, and everybody is reacting to this photograph. Everybody is saying, oh my God, this is amazing. What happens here in reality, we did a table, a dinner setup. We took all the chairs and the folding table, put them in some kind of shape, put an inflatable mattress on top of it, and that's a bed. Nobody can sleep here. Nobody can, I mean, on this particular one, that would not work. But that is just pure art for the sake of art. And sometimes that is also great. And again, a couple of sarongs, some corals from the beach, and the color of the water, the color of the sand makes the whole story. So this painting life is... well, it's what we should be spending a lot of time on. We should be spending definitely part of our Sunday or a part of our evening, at least a few times a week, on doing that. Not necessarily in this scale. It can be a table setting. It can be just your sofa, which you rearrange and you just make it special. And those very, very simple things, they create memories. And memories is what our life is about. In the end, when we're all going to die, and we're all going to die, though I do believe we're going to be born again. But anyway, so we're all going to die, and we will remember things. We will remember our life. They say it's going to flash through our mind in this kaleidoscope of memories, those pictures that we actually created. And it is in our hands to create this, happy death, to look back at our life saying that, wow, it was beautiful, it was spectacular. Oh my God, those Sundays were amazing. 52 Sundays in a year. I mean, imagine how many memories you can go through before you die. It will be like people will get tired of watching you die, which may not be a bad thing, or maybe a bad thing. I don't know. Anyway, so creating those memories, that's what we should be doing. And as design is our profession, it's in our hands. And first of all, it's a great education. Every time we do something, we learn. Every time we try a new way to, I don't know, decorate a table, we learn. I just learned that cabbage is the most incredible vegetable. You can, best table decoration. I'll show you pictures later. And we learn new skills. We learn about composition. We learn how to do it fast. We learn what does not work. And it's an amazing educational process. And there is one last thing, which I want to mention now, and that's fear. Fear and creativity are two separate worlds. Creativity, and it's almost impossible, yeah? How can you be creative while you're scared? I mean, you can to survive, but creating a table setting or painting this life thing or creating a mood board and being scared of something, that just doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't go together. And fear is, that's pretty much the only limit that we have in life. That is the only thing that stops us from doing what we want, from getting where we want. And sometimes we are scared of stupid things, like asking a question. We are scared to approach somebody. I'm talking about myself, actually. I'm an introvert, and I am fighting with that for all my life. And I heard, actually, the best comment from my mom recently. I laughed so hard. She was telling me how I should behave on some event, and she told me, you know what you should do? You should just not be you. And, you know, this, like, everybody should be themselves and just be you. And my mom just tells me, just don't be you. So yeah, I laughed a lot. But yes, we all have our fears. We all have our personal limits, which we make ourselves. Nobody cares if we are scared to ask a question. And unless that question is not completely dumb or rude, nobody's going to be upset. And most probably, if we do ask the question, we get some kind of answer, good or bad, is still better than nothing. And so fear and creativity is, well, yeah, just impossible. For a simple reason, fear is taking away freedom. Creativity is freedom incarnate. And so, yeah, let's be free. And yes, and that's not the last thing that I wanted to say. There is no, like, people try to be normal. Being normal sounds good. I think being normal is weird, because what is normal? Normal for a Balinese is completely different from normal for a Swedish person. Normal for a Swedish person is something absolutely weird for a Russian. Normal for a Russian, I mean, for Singaporean would be like, you are nuts. So in what kind of norm are we trying to fit? What kind of standard are we trying to follow? Because there is none. There are traditions, there are cultural restrictions, there are expectations from our upbringing, our education, our friends and people we are surrounded with. But should we care, really? As long as our moral values, that's why I started with the moral values on the very first day. As long as our moral values are fine, we should just be free.